common fact that machines and cybernetic programs in video games aren't exactly the most cozy enemies to stick around with, basically because they're mostly portrayed as genocidal, malevolent, irrational, mechanical abominations. But there is one particular machine that turns it all upside down.
I'm afraid you're about to become the immediate past president of the Being Alive Club.
The main antagonist from Portal 1 and 2, GLADOS, is one hell of an enemy you won't forget. It's not so much about how she looks or what she does, it's about what she says.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it?
She is so full of sarcasm, dry humor, as well as some of the most hilarious one-liners ever. It's virtually impossible to take her seriously once you start listening to her.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. You're a predator, and these tests are your prey.
Oh, hi. So, how are you holding up? Because I'm a potato.
Considering you're the only person throughout both games she can talk to, it's not surprising if you start tripping out very quickly. I know why you must ask, why is she here if she's so sarcastic and hilarious? Well, it's because she's so sarcastic and hilarious that I put her here. I mean, just listen.
Wait, this next test does require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version. There. If you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion. I was researching sharks for an upcoming test. Do you know who else murders people who are only trying to help them? Did you guess sharks? Because that's wrong. The correct answer is nobody. Nobody but you is that pointlessly cruel. Did you know that people with guilty consciences are more easily startled by loud noises? I'm sorry, I don't know why that went off.
Do you think I'm trying to trick you with reverse psychology? I mean, seriously now.
If I think too hard, I'm going to fry this potato.
Okay, fine. Do touch it. Pick it up and just stuff it back into me.
I bet you think I forgot about your surprise. I didn't. In fact, we're headed to your surprise right now. Initiating surprise in 3, 2, 1. I made it all up. Surprise.
That thing is probably some kind of raw sewage container. Go ahead and rub your face all over
Give
it.
your parents a call right now.
The those parents you are trying to reach do not love you. Please hang up.
Oh, that's sad.
Maybe you should marry that thing since you love it so much. Do you want to marry it? Well, I won't let you. How does that feel?
These bridges are made from natural light that I pump in from the surface. If you rubbed your cheek on one, it would be like standing outside with the sun shining on your face. It would also set your hair on fire.
You're just a regular moron. You're designed to be a moron. Goodbye, sir.
Man, I wouldn't mind having her as my girlfriend. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Aside from looking like a major badass, Wesker from Resident Evil is badass to the core. Although appearing as a minor villain in the first game, he has come a hell of a long way into being the main antagonist of the series. Inhumanly strong, fast, resilient, and intelligent. Wesker is not just one of the most badass game villains ever, he is also one of the most memorable ones, given the fact he has had a role in more Resident Evil games than any other character, as well as him being responsible for most of the shit happening in the series. Wesker has turned into the very backbone of the franchise. And speaking of backbone, you know what happened to the last person he had a disagreement with?
The one truly capable of being a god deserves that right.
You are no longer welcome here, nuisance. Why do you stay when you sense my displeasure? I have suffered your company long enough.
Hey, remember when I said I wouldn't mind having GLADOS as my girlfriend? Well, this is another story entirely. System Shock 1 and 2 were already creepy games all by themselves, but all that is bullshit compared to this.
Are you afraid? What is it you fear?
The end of your trivial existence.
Not only does she look evil, trust me people, she is very evil. She's chaotic, power-hungry, psychotic, narcissistic. And given the fact she speaks with 3 voices, with constant lagging, stuttering, and all kinds of distortions, trust me people when I say, once you hear her, it's impossible for you to get her out of your head.
You move like an insect. You think like an insect. You are an insect. You feel the fear swell inside that filthy bag of meat. What is it like to be afraid? Why do you cling to such a pathetic existence?
Disappointment is not something I will accept from a spec such as you.
She puts you down at every turn, she taunts you, she belittles you, she makes you feel like you're nothing at all. Man, what a woman, huh? Trust me people, her psychotic personality is reason enough for her to be here, let alone what she does. Definitely one of the greatest and scariest game villains you'll ever see. Yes, probably the biggest sexual predator ever. Pyramid Head deserves to be here simply for what he does. Silent Hill itself was already a freaky place to be in, that scared the shit out of you at every turn with demons it generated from your own mind. But nothing comes close to what happened in Silent Hill 2. Not just for being possibly the scariest horror game villain ever, Pyramid Head earns his place not just for what he does, but for what he represents. With his huge pyramid-shaped helmet he carries on his shoulders, the massive knife he wields and swings, and how he stalks and chases James Sunderland throughout Silent Hill, Pyramid Head is far from just an ordinary monster. He is your own personal tormentor, given he has a ravenous sexual appetite. He's definitely not the best guy to share a bed with. Oh well, it's not really rape if you let him, right? And you know you would.
Huh?
Bowser, the arch nemesis of Mario, the greatest and most memorable game character ever. Ever since the very first Mario game, and for over 30 years, he is still here, failing countless times at taking the princess and ruling over Mushroom Island. He always keeps coming back. Although, over the years he maybe gave you the impression he became a bit single-minded, as was a bit of a sore loser, given the fact he never gave up, no matter how many times he lost to Mario. What makes Bowser so damn memorable is of course his most memorable trait. He's persistent, he's dedicated, but most terrifying of all, he's patient. Even though Bowser is neither the strongest, nor the fastest, nor the smartest, he is the most persistent one of them all. He became a video game icon, and given he was the very first game villain ever, he has come a very long way from being just a douchey single-minded boss. Bowser is without a doubt the greatest video game villain of all time, simply because he's the most persistent and most inspirational one of them all. And if that doesn't make him number one, at least remember one thing, people. If not for him, I highly doubt there would have been any of the villains I just mentioned before. I'm E. Thompson, and this was the top 10 greatest game villains of all time.